So, what's going on, YouTube? It feels so good to be back. Happy New Year's. Your boy's ready to drop the first ever weekly breakdown video in regards to what we're doing for 2025. The new strategy, like I've been telling you guys, supply and demand, supply and demand, supply and demand. Now, I am going to show y'all a list of, excuse me, I'm going to show you a list of all of the trades that I have taken this week. I think it's about a total of maybe like 6 to 8, no more than 10 trades. So we'll go ahead and just dive into it right now. As I can see, these are all the pairs that I currently trade. And I'm looking to minimize this down for like either 4 to no less than 2 pairs. So you already know my baby, my angel, and it is going to be AUD USD. Now this is my baby. This is something that I love. This is my favorite pair, and I think this was like the only trade that I have taken since Sunday. So this was the first trade that I have taken on this pair for 2025. And what we was looking at was just a nice, and as you can see, you'll see how I mark up my supply zones, how I'm navigating to where I'm seeing these zones being hit. You'll see it gradually come in once I start, diving into deeply more. But this was like my first week trading on demo account. And for the new year, seeing exactly how the market is moving. The market has honestly been moving pretty good. So I would like to just say, like, for me, this week was amazing. It just opened up my eyes to a whole bunch of things. Now I can't go into this week, and I can't have the notion that the market's gonna move the exact same for this week and how it's gonna move for next week. I just gotta go in, see a setup, see my own setup. If I see it, take it. If not, then I move on. So pretty much I want to utilize these arrows when I'm breaking like trades down, so y'all can see exactly what I'm looking at and what I'm looking for when it comes to this trading. So as you can see right here, the EMA, it would like price is above the price is below the EMA, and we saw a nice little supply zone that broke this structure right here. So let me go ahead and I don't know why I did that. So let me just go ahead and just get this ellipse tool. So price broke this structure right here. Once I saw this price go back down, I was like, okay, price has a tendency to go back in and touch the exact same zone. So I was like, okay, the candlestick that pushed this zone down was this big bullish candle far, and then after that we saw another candle come, which was a news candle, to slowly start to push price down to break this last structure point. So once I saw price come and we saw that we was showing a huge big fair value gap, I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and just mark this zone up as another zone, as another key area, because as I seen this, I was like, price is going to fulfill this as much as possible, and then we can slowly start to see a rejection. We could put you could have did this off of 2 plays. You could have came into this zone, waited for the price to come back here, put your zone about at least about 2 more pips, and then you could have just targeted this low right here, and as you would have seen, it would have played out. Because it was just in the zone, it was a little bit rocky. You didn't get no wick rejection or no candles closure until you got into this candlestick right here. Let me see if I can send this. Let's go send this back, or is it bring forward? Oh, I know what I gotta do. Sorry, y'all. Let me go here, here, and let me just keep this right. Let me just keep this like this. Okay, cool. So yeah, so as you can see with the fair value gap, like we can see all of this stuff going on right here. So you wouldn't really get an entry until this candlestick broke this. Once this candlestick closed, we broke out of here. You could have waited for this candlestick to close to got in anytime and then put your stop losses below there. But just remember, if you would have got in, like let's say the break of the candle, which was here, you put your stop loss, you would have got stopped out. So, you could have just did it here, hit your target but right here. Excuse me, hit your target right here. Because you never know how price could have pulled back in, or you could have just had your stop loss above this moving average. So just in case the price goes in, wick in, you know that price is going to just, reverse and go back down. due to this move in averages, which is another confluence. So that's how you could enter in on that trade. I normally don't like to trade like that, but that was just like another entry. And this is what I was looking at around 11:25 on Tuesday. I was looking at that. I was like, oh, man, you know what? Should I get in? But I was like, no, I wanted to come in and touch my zone right here, which I did. Waited. Like I said, you can see the time right here at the bottom. It was 105. I saw it. I was like, okay, we touch and we got a rejection out of there. So let me just wait for a break of the candle. Saw the break of the candle. I was just like, okay, let me wait some more because I was like, I don't want it to touch this, but it respects its zone and then shoot back up. So I was like, okay, I wanted to see it to break through. And as you see, we got this pullback off of a news candle. Then we came back down. So after I saw this, because I have my notifications on, once it gets into the zone, let me know. And then after that, let me see if I can delete this for real quick. So after that, and let me see, delete this real quick. So after I saw that, I was like, okay, where am I going to get in and where's everything else? So I waited exactly right here on this point for us to show that we was rejecting his zone. Boom, once I saw this, I got in on this next candlestick break. And as you can see right here, I got in as soon as this opened up, and then I was already in that trade. So took that trade down for a nice little 1 to 4. As you can see, price came, price hit it, and the exact same thing happened. We won. I don't know why I drew this zone. I didn't mark it up, so I'm just go ahead and delete that. And then moving forward. So on the H1, if we can go to H1. Sorry, this video may be a little bit long, but I just wanted to show you guys like the repetition that I'm doing in regards to this. So as you can see, like on H1, we did see that when price came, price broke this structure point right here. This is the market structure zone. And price, you can slowly see that price came up here, halted, and then we slowly started to see price come back down and break. Now, I was a little bit hesitant if I wanted this to be a nice area or if I wanted this to be a nice area. But I was like, you know what? I want to start where I see a good, clean, bullish candlestick. And this was like the nicest bullish candlestick ever. And I mean, it's all about your preference. Exactly, like what do you see? Now, this could have been a H1 supply zone. This could have been another H1 supply zone, but as you can see, price was waking up in this area to where it was just too sloppy for me. Like that was just too much busyness for me as well. So price coming up here, yes, this may be a nice little invalid zone. We can already see that it was. So we can probably honestly see that, okay, price came right here, did a nice little rejection, came back down, and then that's when we broke structure. Then we could have got in right here, took it down for a nice little 1-to-1, or we could have held it. So as you can see, what I was doing was I was just marking up these zones, and I was just exactly seeing, okay, what's going to touch? Is it going to be my 15-minute supply zone? And let's go to the 15-minute, and let me show you exactly what I was seeing. So what I was seeing was that we was breaking structure right here. Price came right here, and with this thing, the reason why I marked this up as my supply zone is because we broke structure right here. Once we broke structure right here, I was like, okay, price is going to come and fulfill this zone. It's going to come back in and touch it, and then we're going to have the nice big distribution, as you can see right here. So once I saw that we broke this, I was like, okay, so we're breaking structure. We're creating new lower highs and lower lows. So now I was like, okay, it's just time for me to honestly wait, get in when I see a nice little setup, and then go ahead and mark up my zone. When I set my notifications, it got a ping right here at around 8:50, 8:15. And what's crazy before I move on to all these other pairs, I've been catching these crazy setups in the afternoons, around 2 o'clock all the way up until 8. This is where like I'm normally getting into my trades, and this is normally when I'm holding it in for the Asian session and also going into the London and the New York. That's when I mainly would take my profit. So that's just like how I've been winning like this last couple of weeks. And like I said, I can't take what I was doing. I can take what I was doing for week 1 into week 2, but I just got to understand that the market and everything else will change, moving forward. So when I saw that this came around like 8:15 on Thursday, when I was watching, the Notre Dame play Penn State, I was just literally up there watching TV. And then next thing I know, I got a notification. I was like, okay, bet we up in his zone. Let me just wait. So I waited. You know, I was like, this is not, to me, this is not a good structure. This wasn't a good structure. This wasn't a nice little break of the candle, because when I mean break of the candles, this is what I want to see. Like, I want to see, um, I want to see a candle break. Like, I want to see a full body candle close above. I don't want to see wicks, because that lets me know that it's very indecisive. I don't want to see wicks. So I waited for this candlestick right here. Let me delete this. Let me delete this. Let me delete this. Let me delete this, because this zone didn't get touched. So I waited for this candlestick literally right here. This doji. When I saw this doji, when I saw this next bearish candles around 9:30 close, I was like, okay, bet it's time for me to get in. And I was like, let me go ahead and just rock out. So let me go ahead and add my stuff back. And then let me delete this. Delete. Okay, cool. So now we here. So now I was like, okay, this is candlestick closure. And when I got in, the candlestick, as you can see, the candlestick came all the way right here. So I was like, okay, bet we're going to slowly start to break structure. But when I saw that price was pulling back, I said, wait, price is pulling back to another zone. What I did was I dropped down to my M5, and I slowly started to see that we was creating a nice little market structure. And you're gonna probably be like, why did you do that? Like, you know, what was your logics? I would have got out. The moving average is above. The moving average is below price. Price is above the moving averages. How did you know to stay in? Because my higher time frame confluences told me so, y'all. I'm just tell you like that. Just looking at my higher time frame confluences, it just told me to stay in. So what I was seeing was, like I've been telling y'all the whole time, I see that we broke this market structure. So once we broke market structure, I was like, we're going to pull back into this zone, and we're going to start selling off. We're going to bounce off of here. As you can see, we did just that with this. Let me delete this. We did just that. We bounced off with this wick. We came back up into the zone, retested one more time, we rejected, could have got in on the break of a candle. We retested the zone again. Then after that, you saw the candlestick just close. You saw that this exact same level got retested again after we broke this structure. It got retested again, and then on top of that, you could have moved this to here, covered that, tested, boom, drop down. Same thing happened to price right here. You could have. And I'm showing y'all. You see how many plays you like look how many supply plays y'all could have caught, bro. Like let's bring it back. Well, matter of fact, let me just explain the trade. So once I saw this, I was like, okay, bet. And then I'm gonna show y'all this. I just get excited right now. Just bear with me. So once I drew this up, I was like, okay, this is what price is gonna do, and this is how price is gonna go. As y'all see, you saw this. You saw this red line. It was there prior to me making this video. Everything that I'm showing you guys, I don't got replay mode, so I don't want people to be like, bro, I don't got replay mode. So I couldn't write all this stuff, bro. This was just me thinking in the market right then and there what price is going to do for me to get to, for me to tell myself what I want price to do. Now, and I told Price, I said, Price, you're going to come up here, you're going to reject, you're going to retest, you're going to fall, and everything else. So what I did was I knew that I wanted to attack this lower low right here. This is where I wanted to attack. And as you can see, we hit my first take profit. The reason why I wanted to get to this take profit is because if I was to scroll over, we have seen that this level was respected right here. This was the previous lower low area as well. So I was just looking left and I was like, okay, price has been over here multiple times, and after it get to this level, it rejected. So I was like, okay, this is where I want my first TP. This is where I want to start trailing my stop loss. So I did my 1-to-1. I got my 1-to-1 as you can see. Then I got my first TP. Then I was trailing it. I could have got my third TP, but what I did was I put price right above this wick. As you can see, it wicked up. This moving averages dropped price right back down, bro. And then after that, my third take profit was smashed and it was hit. But that's it, bro. Like, that was trading, man. It was just like, think fast on your feet, see what price is going to do. If price goes back in, if price goes against you, then you wrong, get out. But this was a 2-to-1 trade, bro. This was a 2-to-1. And then, well, I got out right here. So it was about a 1-to-3. So honestly, man, like, I've been like feeling good. been killing the market. And like this is just something that like like moving forward, I was just like I'm definitely going to master this skill and then just like break it down as well. Now this was a supply zone off of the M5 right here. This was a supply zone off of M5. I don't know why I was gonna put 5M, but this is a supply zone off of M5. As you can see, it respected it, dropped back down. But look how many times you could have got in, bro. Look how many times you could have got in. Boom. You could have got in. You could have boom here, rejected, got in here. Nice little break of the candle here. Set your stop loss. Let's just say you got in off to the break of the you got off of the break of the candles. That's my short. Yep, you could have got in right here. Set your stop loss. Nice little one. You would have took profit instantly, right? Let's say we broke structure again. You came here, boom, drop price right here. Came in, reject, reject, reject. Got in off of a nice little break of a candle. Let's set it up right here. Move our stop loss above here. Move our stop loss down to get our nice little 1-to-1. 1-to-1. Boom. And look, it would have gave you another. It would have gave you another retest. Came, dropped straight down, gave you a nice little another 1-to-1. Boom. You didn't like you missed out on that one. You could have got in here. And this is just good market structure, bro. Came in, came in right here, retested because you broke structure. Oh, hold on. Matter of fact, let's go back. Let's go back. So we didn't break structure here. We broke structure here and we retested. So now it's just like we're just retesting the zone because we didn't break this. So what you could have did, you could have got in here again. But if you wanted to be greedy, you could have dropped down this on a lower time frame, like minute 3, minute 1, seconds, whatever. But I just don't go lower than M5. So I would have probably just used this exact same zone as a nice supply. Waited till we were to break this, and then after that, I'd have just been like in for about 3 trades. So you could have got in 1, 2, and about 3 times with a nice little 1-to-1. You would have hit that. You'd have been eating, dog. And then you could have just went for your big play up here off of a higher time frame. Look to target something else. Got in, got out, got in and got out, bro. Cause look, came up here, wick, bro. It was, bro. This trade was so beautiful, bro. And once I saw this candlestick, I said, "Oh my god, this is crazy, bro." So this was like this first trade was Tuesday, this trade was Thursday. And yeah, so that was that. Moving on to our other pair. This trade right here was just a simple market structure. Everything else. What I did was I saw that price came back into this zone, and then how I got into this level was from here. So this area right here, once I saw this candlestick break all of this market structure that we had here, break of the structure, I was like, okay, I'm waiting for price to come back in. Price came back in, it wicked, it wicked, it wicked, it wicked. I was like, okay, price is below. I need to wait for price to come back up. Once this price came back up around like 8:30 p.m., I was like, okay, bet. I'm going to wait for this candlestick. I want to see a nice rejection candlestick out of this zone. So once I saw this candlestick give me a nice rejection, that's when I put in my my break of the candle. I got in a little bit late. My entry should have been right. Mine should have been right here, but I caught it up like right here. But as soon as I saw it break through, I got in. Nice little like 1 to what was this like 1? You could just say this a 1-to-1. It didn't touch my 1-to-1. I think I missed this about like 3 pips, but I'm glad that I listened to my intuition. I got in like right here, and yeah, about like 2.5 pips, maybe 2.4. So like let's just say like 3 pips for the sake of it. So I was only missed about 3 pips, but my whole market structure move was correct. Once I saw that and everything else, I was like, okay, it's time for me to get in. It's time for me to get out. Closed this trade around like 12:45. Got out. Cool. Made my money. I'm gone. This is currently what I'm looking at right now. This is what I want price to do, but this just me was just marking this up like earlier today. I don't really believe that that's going to go, but yeah, JPY, that was one of the trades that we have taken. Gold, man, gold has been paying your boy phenomenal, bro. Like I took my first gold trade, was actually feeling more confident within its a whole supply and demand strategy and any other strategy that I have taken. So I feel real good with this, man. So this is an M5 zone, and like I said, all of my charts moving forward, you will see like all my M5s and everything. So I was like, okay, bet. So number one, I was just writing up my confluences, exactly what I saw and what I thought price was going to do. And this is exactly what I saw price was going to do. I saw that we came down, price came right here. Let me move this. And price got to this zone, but it had a huge wick rejection. Excuse me, it had a huge wick rejection. So what I was like, okay, we got a huge wick rejection. Let me go ahead and draw my demand zone off of the 5 minute. And as you can see off the 5 minute, we was above price. I put it right here. I wrote my zone and I was like, if price come back here, we're going to take it up here to fill in this fair value gap that we got going on right across here. And as you can see, price came back down, price pulled back in, price consolidated a little bit, but it shot up. It went to the fair value gap. It filled in this gap. Then price came back down and it was just playing around this line. All it was doing was consolidating all the way up until, let's just say, like Wednesday. So pretty much like and I got into this trade on Tuesday, so all Wednesday was just consolidating. I got in again because I was like, okay, it's respecting the zone a lot. So I'm like, let me get in again. Got in over here, took it up. I was in profit. The next thing I know, it draw back down. I was like, okay, well, price is going to probably come up here, retest. And I was like, if price take me out, it takes me out. I'm already in a trade. But next thing I know, I just slowly started to see price. And then even on my higher time frames, it was just letting me know that price was, we was in this demand zone was holding on for dear life. So it was being respected on so many time frames and on so many levels. So I was like, this zone is valid. I'm just going to just keep riding this wave up. Next thing I know, we took profit and I was like, okay, bet, we're good. Once I saw that this zone right here on my M15 broke this structure, I got this zone in and was waiting for it to get tapped. And then I went on to a higher time frame, which was H1. On my H1, I saw the exact same setup occur right here when I saw that this bearish candle and this bullish candle and then all of these candlesticks pushed up and broke price. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for price to come back in, tap this zone and go. Now, a lot of y'all may be like, okay, well, where was you going to take price and how did you get your first zone? I had to look left and I was just looking at a fair value gap right here that was that needed to be filled in, and I was like, I know price is going to come back in and refill this zone. Then I also looked at this zone on two different things. One, I saw that we was at a resistance level and we was also at a support level. So we was at resistance here, we was at support here. So support was here, resistance was here. Every time we came to this level, we rejected. Every time we came to this level, we reacted. So I was like, okay, I know that this zone is going to get fixed. And as you can see, price was all, it was pushing up, but it was also having like a whole bunch of consolidation. We had a doji. Next candlestick, we wicked all the way down here to probably take out a lot of sellers. And then we pushed price up. I hit my 1-to-1, and I also hit my main TP target, which was that 1-to-5. And as you can see, bro, everything went perfectly. All of my zones was respected. My H1 was respected. It came back in, tapped. I could have got in right here at the break of the candle, but I just got in late. It was like on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. I was like currently at work, but I just drew the zone up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get in as sooner than later. So I got in right above here. Once I saw that price came in, I got in above here. Price gave me a nice little pullback. I was like, okay, dang, maybe I was wrong. But I was like, I'm already in a trade. If it takes me out, it takes me out. If not, then I'm going to ride it up. Next thing you know, hit TP, consolidated right here for a little bit, came back down, grabbed liquidity, took people out. Next thing you know, boom, bada bing, bada boom, man. 1-to-4. And that is trade. What trade was that? That's 1. That's 2. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4, 5, 6. That's 6 trades. And I think this is 7. This is 7 trade right here, bro. Like I tell you, bro, like supply and demand, I was killing it this week, bro. I was killing it this week. Same thing. Price was below. I think I did this off of M15, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, M15. Price was right here. I locked it, but this is what I did because I was like, okay, price came. This candlestick broke structure. I was like, I know it's gonna come back in. It kept coming back in, retesting the zone, retesting the zone, retesting the zone. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get in right now. Nice little 1 to 5 because I wanted to come down here for this. As you can see, I was almost about to get wicked out. Price ended up going in my favor, getting me a nice little 1 to 5. I won. The next thing you know, if I would have just, waited again, if I'd have waited for price to come back up here, nice little break of structure, I would have got out. I would have got stopped out. But I'm glad I went for a nice little 1 to 5. I won. I'm good. That is trade number. It's trade number 7, right here. USD CAD, I took a couple of trades. As you see, I wrote my supply demand zone, but this is the time during Jimmy Carter death. So this is all on Thursday. So the market was a little choppy. It was a little bit shitty, in my opinion. But I did write my zone right here. Got in on an aggressive entry right here. Saw that price was coming in. Put my stop loss right here. And all I was going to target was just this higher high right here. And I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? Let me look left. Let me see what price was at like in the past. So I was like, you know what? I could put price up to here. And the next thing I know, I was like, that would just give me a nice little decent 1 to 1. If I was to put price right here, that'll give me a nice little 1 to 1. As you can see, price came back in. It respected his demand zone. Once I saw price come back up, gave me this rejection. Gave me this rejection right here. This is where I should have got in here and then took it up. But once I saw that we was breaking this market structure, said, okay, we're going to come back down. We're going to tap in this zone. This was my nice little 1 to 1 TP on I think I was supposed to take this off of a 5 minute. But man, bro, look, same thing. Broke structure, waited for it to pull back, got in. Next thing you know, it did something crazy. Man, Price did something crazy. Like just look at this big wick, bro. Look at this big wick right here, bro. This, like, I wish I can do a bar replay. I think I'm probably gonna buy a bar replay next week, bro. Look at this big wick, bro. This wick shot down, grabbed liquidity, shot up, grabbed more liquidity, and came back down. This was a huge candle around 8:30 p.m. That had to be FOMC. That had to be like a big news candle. But yeah, you see price. You see price what it did. At the end of the day, we took profit. We won. Let's move on. Didn't take anything off of this. I just wrote zones up. I didn't trade. This is like another thing I was adding on to my what you call it. I don't really like GBP, JPY. I think it's like oversaturated now. I think like it's not gonna produce like how it was because this was the cash cow pair. If you mastered JBP, JPY, you was good. But to me, this pair is kind of trash. Shows like Euro USD. That pair is trash as well. I like, AUD USD. USD JPY is trash as well. But give me AU, gold, and USD CAD. I'm eating, bro. So maybe next week I may get rid of these pairs. But as of right about now, I was just waiting for a setup. But I'm going to just put that down here. And USD CAD, I showed y'all that. Nas. Finally won my first Nas trade. I was very excited. Nice little supply and demand zone as well. Nice little supply zone as y'all can see right here. We got a supply zone. As you can see, price came, broke this structure point. And a lot of y'all, like I said, it's just all up to you. I just saw this candlestick and I was like, okay, I don't know what that is. It just seems like a line. So I'm not going to write that up as a supply zone because I would have saw this wick rejection. Matter of fact, let me see. If I'd have put this right here, did this, and let's just say I did that. Yeah, it'd have been in my zone. So it'd have been price would have been right here, and then it would have been above here, and then I could have honestly took it down here, but I would have got stopped out. So the zone that I had, the zone right here was respected. Yeah, the zone that I had was respected, and I did take a nice little 1 to 1. Once I saw this candlestick get rejected, I was like, okay, let me get in. Waited for this candlestick to close bears, got in on the next candlestick, took it down for a nice little 1. I won. Finally got my first win off of Nas. I was very happy about that. And this was my first trade that I took that I'll let you guys know. Everything went crazy on this trade, man. Everything went crazy. Let's go back over here. Let me show you exactly the reason why I took these trades. So right here, the reason why I took these two, and these was back-to-back trades, by the way. I took this trade because I saw that we came in, we filled in this gap, we broke structure right here. So I was like, okay, this is going to be where price is going to be at. That was going to break structure. I was going to use this demand zone. I was going to use this as a demand zone, but I was seeing all these gaps and everything else that needed to be filled, plus this fair value gap right here. I was like, this just needs to be filled. So I was like, I know price is going to come back down here. It's going to wick in and it's going to shoot back up to break this structure point. Exactly the exact same thing happened. Price came, boop, 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 boop. Came in, gave me wick rejection. I got in on this next candlestick, took price up for a nice little 3 to 5. I was happy. This was my first trade into the New Year's. I was very good. So then I saw price came back in, broke structure again, and I was like, okay, let me find my bearish candle. Let me find out where was the last structure point. Structure point broke here. We came in, we pulled in, bada bing, bada boom. Price tapped in, got it on the next candlestick. Took that up for a 1 to 5. Started consolidating. I was like, okay, well, price is going to take me out. I went to sleep around this time. Next thing I know, I woke up. Price went crazy. When did I wake up? When did I wake up? Where did I wake up? I woke up about 6. So price was all the way up here. I woke up. I said, God. I said, price is moving. Man, next thing I know, I got to work, y'all, around like 8:15. And then I was like, okay, this is a fair value gap. This is supply. I wrote this up real quickly, and I was like, I caught this move so slow, and I reacted so slow because I was like, first day at work, back from a break, trying to catch up. Man, I could have caught this trade, rolled this all the way up. Then I saw this, broke 2 structures, 3 structures. Did it break 4? No, not 4, but it broke all of this. I was like, okay, price has to pull back into this zone. Price probably did, but it probably and then if y'all look at it, price respected this zone. This exact same zone that broke structure. Price reacted off of this exact same level, off of a nice little demand zone, man. So the demand zone got respected, and as you can see, and honestly, listen, I'm just going off of what I see, bro. I didn't pre-record this. I'm going off of what I see, man. This is just what I was seeing in the market. Saw price come back in. A Rick reject. All I could have got in a nice little break of the candle. Took that down. Man, bro. This thing is so powerful, bro. This thing is so powerful, man. Let's go ahead and take this back. And then I'm going to clear off all my charts after I get a clear indication that I like my video. Then move on to the next week. But yeah, so man, I came in and I was like, okay, you know what? I don't think I took the trade. I just think that I just marked this off and just see like where my zone was at. I saw that we wasn't getting like any like good confirmation candles besides this one right here. We came in, but it was inside of the zone. So I was like, I don't really like that. This could have been an aggressive entry. Could have bit me. But at the end of the day, this was my candlestick entry right here. I wait for this candlestick to close to get in on this candlestick. Once I saw it, I was like, okay, we in profit. And I was like, if price takes me out, price takes me out. But we end up hitting that nice little 1-to-1, and we was good on that. I did write this. I did mark this up as well. Did price come back in? Nope, price didn't come back in. Well, price did fill in this gap, but it didn't like fully fill it. It just came in, filled it halfway. And I think all of this was done off of the hour. Yeah, all of this was done off the hour. So I drew this up. Price did tap in. I could have got in, took this down, but price need to fill in these fair value gaps in supply and demand, which will they'll probably fill in probably like later on, and everything else. But yeah, other than that, yo, your boy was eating. I think that's about. We was at 7. I just showed y'all 8, 9, 10. So I think I did about 11 trades so far. I lost count. But yeah, 11 trades. I was 11 for 11 this week, bro. We went crazy. Supply and demand, supply and demand, supply and demand. If you want to learn who I am currently learning from, his name is Marty V. I'll link all his information down below. Follow me on Hunter Trades. And when you follow him, just say like, hey, Hunter FX, man, sent me to you, bro. I'm excited to learn. And then, we'll go from there. Don't worry, this is not this is just a general. This is just a generosity, shout out, man. Like he been great. He been great to me, bro. Like Dude is spot on perfect when it comes to mentorship and everything else. The community is very small, how I like it. I enjoy it, you know, and I'm just gonna continue to eat, bro. That being said, bro, it's your boy, of course, Honey FX. Love you guys. See y'all in the next video. Peace.